We need, I'm recommending we take a little time here away from the buildings for the kids. And it's really hard for me to recommend that. I see those, especially at New Heights, I see those little ones every morning. And they need our teachers, and they need to be in school. But I also think we have some other things we need to consider. And the safety and the mental health of our children and our staff and staffing needs right now have caused me to make this recommendation. So what I would like to do is to see the district transition to full-time distance learning across the board starting next week. We would have a transitional period starting on Monday, and it's going to be different for the buildings. We know that the middle school would like to have a plan similar to what the high school did. And what the high school did is they had one day of planning as a staff, and then they brought in their green kids, their green, and then their wave kids, on those 2 days afterwards, and it seemed to work pretty well. They were able to get them the materials they needed and make sure they have the technology they need, and then they started today with full-time distance learning. And they also went to a different schedule. They went to a modified block where they have 4 periods meeting on one day, other 3 periods meeting on the next day, and then there's a little extended time at the end of the day, for preparation, so on that second day. And, today seemed to go well, but, nothing's better than having the kids in the building. Second part of that would be that we would have to offer child care and meal services during that distance learning period and also for the transitional period. I would like to see this distance learning period run through Friday, December 11th. Okay. The recommendation would also be to have a special school board meeting during the week of December 7th to discuss the latest reports. We'll have 2 district incident command team updates and updates from Polk County Health within that window. I'll get an update from Sarah, or Soraya and I will this weekend, and then there will also be a district incident command team meeting that following Friday. So we would have some information, all right, that we could share. And then we see, hopefully we can bring people back in Model 2, which is how we started the school year. I guess my ultimate goal is to get all of our children back in the building for in-person instruction as quick as we can. And we may need to take a break here to try to help with the spread. That's one thing, but also to give our staff and they worked extremely hard, and I'm concerned about right now the way things are heading. It's I don't want to make it sound like the wheels are falling off. That's not the case. It's just that right now there are concerns, and staffing concerns are something we have to take a serious look at. That's my recommendation moving forward. I know that the agendas will have to be adjusted if you decide to pursue this, but that's a recommendation coming from the superintendent of schools. Are there any questions regarding that recommendation? And you can sure have some discussion later. This is ultimately your decision, but that's the recommendation moving forward.
Is it long enough, Mike?
Does it have enough time to prepare? Is that what you mean?
No.
Yeah, we think that, we talked about it after school today, and it's going to be different for the buildings. We think that New Heights and South Point are going to need, we talked about 2 days of planning and possibly bringing the students back on the 3rd day just to make sure we have everything ready for them so they can make a smooth transition. We don't want to make it so fast that we're not doing it right. And we're going to meet tomorrow morning to work through the plan. But the thing that I want to make sure parents understand is that we are going to start that transitional period next Monday, November 30th. Okay, and I will communicate all that information out to the parents if this is approved tonight. On a positive note, I'd like to really send out a thank you to all of our support organizations. We were fortunate to have the Education Foundation here at the last meeting to present the checks to the staff members. But we have many groups in our community that help support our kids. I sent out a newsletter yesterday that listed 5 of them, and or 4 of them, I believe, and I just want to say thank you to all of them. They do a great job of supporting all of our kids and our activities, and as well as our staff members. And just want to give a shout out to the booster clubs, the PTO, and the Education Foundation. And that is all I have in my report.